If you would not allow your child to watch porn, why do you have your child listening to Sexy Red and Sookie Hunter when Sexy Red talking about her coochie pink, her booty hole brown, and why would you listen to Sookie Hunter talk about how she's eating men's butt? And you're listening to this around your children, but you won't let them watch porn? What you think that music they're listening to is? That is whore music. That's pornographic music. That's music for adults. And I get it. I think you should be able to make that music. So don't get me wrong. I think you should be Sexy Red should be able to do it because I'm a person that believes in freedom of expression. I don't think it's talent, but she should be able to make whatever music she wants to. But there should be a separation of what kids have access to and what adults have access to. That's why certain websites have an 18 or older before you enter. Sometimes you have to put in your age. When were you born? Because this site is for 18 years or older, or this site is for 21 years or older. Just like certain clubs are 21 and older. Some clubs are 18 or older because they understand that there needs to be a separation of what these people below this age can internalize and accept before they enter these doors. But now it got to the point where everybody in our community is just okay that black people, we have a hard time with progression of life. We have a hard time of getting older. We have a hard time of understanding time and place. Wasn't always like this. This is a new phenomenon and they're allowing it to go in our community. We have a hard time with progression of life. That's why you hear motherfuckers always talking about the 40 is the new 20. No, bitch. 40 is 40. Now, people in general are taking care of their bodies better and aging a little bit better because we have a more of understanding that comes with technology and wisdom and understanding of certain foods you can and cannot eat and the exercise and the whole health culture. Cool. But no, 40 should still be 40. When y'all say 40 is the new 40 is the new 20, stuff like that, y'all mindset still be in the mindset of a 20-year-old. Miss Jordan said, I analyzed everything my children listen to or watch. There was a lot they did not have access to. And as it should be, it's sad that I'm a 34-year-old male, black male, having to talk to people who are older than me that act like the stuff that I'm saying isn't a problem. I get on TikTok and you see all these old women shaking their hips, putting their booty and cellulite in the camera, still trying to act like and compete with the young girls on TikTok. You literally hear old women say, I'm just as fine as the 20-year-old women. I'm a cougar. A young niggas like me too. Bitch, you 50. What you mean? You're an easy mark, an easy target. Your inhibitions have left. You literally are the drunk woman at the club. All your inhibitions have left you. You're easy to have sex with now because you're not worried about being pure, getting married, all of the stuff that younger women typically try to worry about. But now they've got to the point where they're not even worried about it because they're not even trying to get married because why? They get paid off social media because marriage was once upon a time a point where women use as a financial springboard because you can look this up. That's why a lot of the millionaires, when women become millionaires, is because they married a rich man and he died or it was a divorce. You can look this up. Most of the wealth that women have obtained is through marriage, but women don't have to pursue marriage as a financial goal anymore because they can get on social media and shake their booty, and men are okay with providing money and sending them money in hopes of actually getting a whiff. They don't even have to touch the bitch. They want to smell the coochie, smell the cootie pop. Some parents use tablets to raise their children. I agree. Like I said, tablets, Twinkies, and tattoos is how they pacifying their children nowadays. Tablets, Twinkies, and tattoos. Hey, as a matter of fact, y'all make sure y'all like the video. Share this video. Tablets, Twinkies, and tattoos. Because I said all women want nowadays is the three H's: hookahs, Hennessy, and heartbreaks. That's all women want nowadays in 2023: hookahs, Hennessy's, and heartbreaks. They don't care nothing else about nothing else. They just want to have fun. That's what the song say. Girls just want to have fun. They want to turn up. They want to be outside. They want to act ratchet with their friends. Black people, and it's not women, it's not men. Black people as a whole have a hard time with the progression of life. People in our community don't even understand the concept of age appropriate wear. Just because your body is decent to wear it, bitch, you 50 years old, you know you don't need to have your nipples wearing some see-through shit with your nipples out. Just because you think men ain't tugged on them nipples long enough and hard enough that they ain't saggy enough, you still think you could wear what the 20-year-old women wearing? Where did we get this from? Old men out here wearing, they're trying to participate in the when wintertime come, the gray sweatpants phenomenon that has come up. Now the old men want to wear the gray sweatpants too and spray paint the hairline on. Nigga, if you don't cut this shit off, y'all want to wear gray sweatpants so the young girls can see y'all meet and spray paint a whole hairline on and don't let it start storming outside. You're gonna look like Edward Scissorhand by the face. This is sad to say. We struggle with the progression of life. It should not be this difficult. It should not be this hard. And we should understand that being adults is a blessing, because what it should show is that you have some type of knowledge and wisdom to make it to the age that you made it to, because we know a lot of people don't make it to that age because they do dumb things or put themselves in precarious situations to where they cannot make it to the age that you are. I'm happy every day that I get older, because that means I'm smarter than the next man or woman that's probably going to die or be in a situation where they get shot or overdose on some drugs or commit suicide because they can't handle the pressures of life. Like, I understand that it's a blessing every day that I get older. I remember in church they say, I don't look like what I've been through. That was a blessing to say that. I don't look like what I've been through, because that means you made it, you persevere, you handle those struggles, because life gonna come with struggles. Life gonna come with heartaches, and it's just gonna be like that. I'm gonna say this again. Black people, we struggle with the progression of life. I hope one day we can get this shit back in order. I'm telling you, I just think it's over for us as black people, as just a unit. Not everybody, but just as black people, it's over with. It's over with. And the real way we come back is, men got to come together and say, this woman is acting like this. We're not messing with her. Like on John Wick, where they excommunicate people on John Wick. You can't come back to the hotel no more because you've been excommunicado, and people can just go out there and have free reign and chop your head off at any time. That's how we need to do people in our society. We need etiquette classes for our women, and we need a rites of passage for our men. Talking like this is not how somebody like me actually get to the point where they make money, because when you try to help the black community, they kill you. When you speak like this, because I'm not up here and I want to jack off on camera and stuff like that, and women want to be able to do what they want to do, and men's not supposed to say nothing. No, if y'all want men to actually be leaders, part of being a leader is speaking on what's going on, the sickness. When you go to a doctor, the doctor has to tell you what's wrong with you and give you a remedy to help you get better. And sometimes it's so bad off. I just have to pacify the situation and make you feel comfortable until your dying days. I think I don't. I be wondering, do we understand that we are decaying organisms? Like each day is you're literally are closer to death. You feel it when you get up out the bed. Older you get, you're like, oh man, I feel this pain in my hip or this pain in my knee or this stiffness in my back. You are a decaying organism and you're putting miles on you every day you get up. There is no real standard bearer for men or women. I agree. We don't even and I've been talking about women and tattoos. I know a lot of people think it's just cool that we should be able to do what we want to do, but it's getting to the point now where men and women need to have some type of separation in what we do. Everybody can't do everything. Now I'm back to the belief that men shouldn't even be wearing earrings anymore. I got my ears pierced. I don't even wear my earrings. It's getting to the point where men need to let the women have the piercings and shit like that, and women need to let the men have the tattoos. We should not be doing everything. And now they got a new saying called septum piercing babble. And that's a big thing that goes on TikTok. Yeah, I know them women that got this piercing right here in the bottom of their nose. If y'all ever listen to them talk, they don't talk about shit. And they always want to talk about race. They always it's a common thing with those people. They're always talking about race. Always. And like I tell y'all, as black men, watch out for women that are always talking about race. Get out of their way because it's crazy. And y'all can look all of this stuff up. Like JP Morgan is putting $10 billion to help black women and black business. How black women talk so much shit about white men and racism when the main people helping them out is white men. They're not giving $10 billion back to black men. They don't have no initiatives that was doing that. When the black man said he was gonna sit down and talk to Donald Trump, i.e. Ice Cube, black women came out and tried to prosecute him. Remember he had to have he wanted to cuss Vivica Fox out because what she said on that show, because he said he wanted to just have a conversation, how he could have an initiative and a plan to help black people. It would when black men come together, it's going to be a scary sight for everybody. And the reason I say that is the reason a lot of women get away with the way that they act is because they know there is no consequences. And if you don't believe me, go look at my Brittany Renner podcast stream I did earlier. There's no consequences for bad behavior. Period. None. But like I said, y'all make sure y'all like the video. I've been on here longer than I expected. I want to tell y'all I love y'all. I care for y'all. I care for my community. That's why I get up here and speak the way that I speak. Have you ever tried to have a conversation with someone about making morally correct situations and you can tell they have no concept of what you're trying to say? Yes, yeah, but I, I think a lot of that is because a lot of people aren't taught what morals is. And I think we got to the point as black people, we like to do this gray area shit. And that's why now I had said I understand why our parents said no sex before marriage because it took away a lot of the gray area, right? And so what I mean by that is, now we have so many people talking about, sex and abuse and all of this stuff because, they're out here. And most of the times when it comes to abuse, there is alcohol involved, right? So, college campuses, bars, and stuff like that. And as a woman, she'll be, cool with having sex, but now the man has to, judge if, he should have sex with her because if he has sex with her, he could be, what is it, Ashanti? I think it's probably her. Hold on. Hold on, yeah. I gotta run to the door real quick. Yeah, I gotta run to the hold on. My bad, y'all. So, like I was saying, I forgot actually oh yeah, about the marriage. That's why I said our parents took a lot of the gray area out because a lot of stuff that was going on in when it comes to like sex and like I said, if we both drunk people, how do I gauge, this woman if it's, okay to consent, or if I'm drunk, how can I be charged for having sex with a woman? And so the sex before marriage out took a lot of the gray area out because now had this man and he vetted you and you vetted him to make sure this was a suitable candidate to marry, have sex with and procreate with. And now you're not just at a bar drunk in these areas where you can somebody could take your cootie pop and shit like that. So like I said, they had we had a time where a lot of the gray our parents took a lot of the gray area out, and now we're in a time where they try to add the gray area back in because people want to be able to maneuver in certain spaces and how they want to maneuver without people saying anything to them. And so they add that gray area in because now I'm in the gray area. And so morality now is in a gray area. There's no right from wrong. There is no, hey, you can't take the coochie now, or that type of stuff. Well, of course you can't, but it's like we on that type of time now. It's getting very, very weird and very strange, especially the interaction between women and men. As soon as they get in trouble, they know exactly what they should have done. Yeah, I think a lot of that is when people don't expect to get caught. I think a lot of people do shit and they really don't expect to get caught, or they've been doing it so long they they get used to it. Like I think it's kind of like when a woman becomes like, let's say she's a horse woman. I don't think she started out being comfortable with just popping that cootie pop like that. But after a time, it's just like, I done this 100 times before. It is what it is. I think it's just repetition and you just get comfortable in doing stuff. But this old man used to always tell me this. He used to always say, you getting by, but you ain't getting away. And that's one of the realest things that somebody's ever told me. Say you're getting by, but you ain't getting away. And basically, y'all know what that means. After a while, you think you're going to be able to do something forever, but the consequences will hit you in the face. But I'm finna get up out of here. I've been on here an hour and a half. Well, actually about 3 hours today because I did a stream earlier. I want to tell y'all that I love y'all again. I'm about to go. Miss Jordan Ashanti said, hey, it's the New Normal Podcast and we gone.